Randall Hughes with GodGlorified.com, commenting on our Bible reading today for May the 11th, and several Psalms we're in our reading today: the 51st Psalm, the 32nd Psalm, the 38th Psalm, the 103rd Psalm, and then passages from Samuel 12, as well as from Psalm 6, and we read through some of the first 3 verses of 1 Chronicles 20. And so some very beautiful repentant prayers, songs of David. And the 51st Psalm is probably the most famous of his repentant psalms, and just a beautiful psalm. Purge me, cleanse me, make me whiter than snow. Create in me a clean heart, O God, and renew in me a right spirit within me. Cast me not away from thy presence, and take not thy Holy Spirit from me. You may not realize that there's some 80 times in the Old Testament that God has spoken of his Spirit, but there's only 3 times that he's spoken of as a Holy Spirit. Now we know one of God's greatest attributes is his holiness, and yet as a spirit, in terms of in the context and in the use of the word, and in a flow like almost a compound statement, if I could say that, Holy Spirit, it only occurs 3 times. Here in the 51st Psalm, obviously in contrast to David's sin, and then in the 63rd chapter of Isaiah, verses 10 and 11, but they rebelled and vexed his Holy Spirit, therefore he was turned to be their enemy, and he fought against them. Then he remembered the days of old, Moses and his people, saying, where is he that brought them out of the sea with the shepherd of the flock? Where is he that put his Holy Spirit within him? And so only 3 times. So an interesting piece of information there about God. And yet here we see God demonstrate, his mercy, his grace, his love to David, and did not require his life for his sin. Now, it did require it. We do see much death that followed this sin. The baby died, and in the days ahead, we'll see that other of his sons will die also, and very many evil things will happen. Whatever, Tamar will be raped, and just some very wicked things. And judgment will be had because of it. And as Nathan said, the sword would not depart from David's house. And so, yet we read these beautiful psalms of the mercy of God. And the 103rd Psalm is one of my favorite psalms. It's one of the passages, verse 13, like if a father pitieth his children, so Yahweh pitieth them that fear him. So there's some 17 times in the Old Testament Yahweh is spoken of as Father, and this is one of those. And so the child died that was born to him in Bathsheba, and somewhat as judgment or punishment to David, you could almost say. And then she bare Solomon, Bathsheba did, and Nathan came and said his name, he would be called Jedediah because of the Lord, because of Yahweh. And Jedediah means loved of Yahweh. And so that is a unique thing. Most people probably don't even know about Solomon, that God basically named him. And he was certainly the child of the covenant of David, who's God said, there's going to be a son raised up into your house. He's going to build the house for me. And so there was prophecy of Solomon before Solomon was even born, that he would be the child. So some amazing things, some beautiful Psalms there. So that's going to conclude our comments for today. God bless you. Have a great day.